Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. You know, dukkha, which is a word that's often translated as pain or suffering in the Buddhist tradition, has the connotation of a dog turning away from a bone because it's disenchanted with it since there's no more meat on it. It can't find anything in the bone that gives them satisfaction. That's really the whole idea about shifting your values toward what I would call the spiritual path and having a life that's much more inward, even though you're still completely involved in the world outside of yourself with externals. And you have to develop your own kind of psychology of extroversion that isn't the same as being lost in productivity and padding your CV. When you practice the spiritual path, they say once you're on the main road to the capital, every step takes you closer. There's no retrogression here. You can't fall backwards. It may spiral and seem like you're falling down at different times, but once you're on the path, there's only forward progress. And the whole idea is to bring out the gem of potential that you have, the unlived life, and accept that as long as you're alive, there's your gift of the extended lifespan. If you look at the fuel gauge of available time, you still have some mileage left, but in terms of your calendar of expectations, you don't know how much time. So don't waste time. That's one of the things that the elders tell you. Seize the moment, live it to the fullest. Yoga, of course, is non-sectarian. It's a universal teaching. No denominations. It just tells you abstain from what is not right action. If peace is eluding you, it's because you're still living a hectic life in some way and you haven't learned to internally slow down. Even though practice wins its way, it seems to be a journey without end, but it's always expressive of the end. It develops evenness of mind, skill in your action, and then ultimately in your meditation, stillness. I always like to say Buddha's a master of putting the reptilian brain on a leash. He knows how to make sure you're not overreacting to like your knee-jerk reflexes. And you have to realize that the body, we call it kaya sampat, the treasure of the body, it demands a certain kind of rigorous discipline. Just like in the rocket science, preparation for the launch can fail if a tiny wire is at fault. So too, the inner astronaut is just as exacting if you fail by pampering or neglecting your body. Dull body, dull mind. Distracted body, distracted mind. Clever mind, clever body. Sharp mind, sharp body. So yoga will teach you how to bear all afflictions in life with a certain kind of equanimity or forbearance, and not permit your emotional, psychological centers to be over-disturbed by the ailments that you face. Of course, there will be disturbances, but the lesson is about being unruffled in the midst, getting back to your center. And all of yoga is what they call Atma Darshana, trying to have the vision of the self, the enlightened understanding. So, may your own inner elder remind you that you're a branch of your family tree, and you're the curator of spiritual memory for your tradition. May you learn how to separate what's important from what's urgent. If your house is breaking in fire, of course, that's the most urgent thing. You have to pay attention to that. But you can't go through life constantly putting out fires and forgetting what's really important, the long-term goals that you have. So remember, time is precious. Don't waste it as such a valuable resource. Even though the paradox of time is no one thinks they have enough time, and yet you have all the time there is. So keep your playful curiosity going, which always happens in the here and now. Remember, your smile is the best way to give yourself a facelift, and laughter is the greatest stress buster there is. Even if you have to tell bad dad jokes to get people to roll their eyes. Like, why are there only Pop-Tarts and not Mom-Tarts? Because of the pastryarchy. Really bad, isn't it? Okay. Anyway, what do false teeth and stars have in common? They both come out at night. Have a great day.